Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, and I am doing this build, which the title doesn't exactly say what I want it to be, like what like the title doesn't describe accurately what I built it as. Yes, it's a gamer hideout, I guess you could say, but it's also for a sim who is absolutely in love with plant life, basically. Wants to have as many plants and bushes and trees and rocks and yada 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 all over the place. So that's what this build ends up being. I kind of didn't know where I was gonna start. I had this idea of how I wanted the front to look, and then I was like, why don't you mimic it at the back? And the middle section just kind of disappeared. So now it's just a, as my roommate pointed out, a clover shape. Hence why it's called Clover's Gamers Hideout. Um, and yeah, I went a little, just a little crazy with the landscaping, um, which I think is better than what I used to do, pretty much doing absolutely nothing. And it only took me 2.5 hours, I think. I thought it was gonna take me much longer, but I am on a bit of a time crunch today because I've set myself some goals to achieve today, and I can't exactly achieve them if I'm building all day. So, yeah, that's why this is a smaller build rather than one of the bigger ones, but I'm really hoping to share. I have this, been mentioning it many, many times, a massive, massive, massive build that I've done. Um, and I'm so keen to share it with you guys. But you might have to wait just a wee little bit longer because I'm trying to save it for when I get really, really busy at uni, and I don't want to throw it out now and then have nothing good for later. I am coming up on a little bit of a break soon, so I'm gonna try and, smash out some pretty good builds for you guys, so I do have good content for you. It's not just, boring builds that I'm doing last minute because I'm rushing around. So yeah, I know I've been mentioning some of the builds that, oh, I really can't wait to show you guys these builds and blah blah blah. I will show them, I promise I will. I just, I'm saving them for when I get really, really busy. And I might even actually do all the voiceovers and everything for it in advance so that I can just throw it up and not have to deal with waiting later and stressing out later. But I also might not. It depends on how much stuff I get done over my little break, because I'm hoping to get ahead in uni content, and that's going to be my main goal. So if I only do 1 or 2 videos during that break, but I get all my uni content ahead of, like, I'm all ahead in it, then, that's going to be the goal. So I'm hoping to bring out some really good builds for you guys. Like, I don't think I've really done a full cutesy build like this. This is kind of the vibe. I was like, you know what? Let's just do like a cutesy vibe to the build, if that makes sense. Like, just do something just adorable and cute and whatever. Because, I mean, last week that build was a little more clean and wholesome and cute and whatever, and this is more of the cutesy rather than the cute. But I'm also wanting to do like some really grungy builds and, an abandoned factory type situation and things like that. But I needed to get this cutesy stuff out of my system because I was tempted to build an abandoned factory that had been turned into a cutesy build, and I don't know, I want to keep them separate at the moment so that I can really work on improving my building skills, and then I can try and incorporate all these different ideas. I don't want to try and shove one too many ideas in the same spot, because yeah, I find I get a little overwhelmed when I try and do that. So, yeah, at the moment, I'm just working on landscaping, which I've definitely come a long way. I don't know if you guys actually like the landscaping or not. If you guys want me to change it, adjust it, put more in, less in, whatever. I would love to hear the feedback. But I'm just learning how to not do what I used to do with just putting the trees and some grass, because I went very over the top. You will see at some point in this video, I'm hoping soon, how crazy I went. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. And I don't know how in real life if it would work or not, because I do put a lot of plant material on the roof. I didn't want originally to put all these plants around. I just wanted it to be a nice clean build, and then outside fill it all with plants and like make it a gardener's dream sort of area. But because I use curved walls and they are so super glitchy, I kind of had to cover pretty much the entire build in plant life. I mean, I didn't have to, but it would look really odd if I just covered the spots that were glitching out. So I just decided, you know what, just cover it all. Just go nuts. Go crazy. So I do go a little over the top, but I think it works. I think it looks good. I would absolutely love to see a build like this in real life. So yeah, definitely let me know down below in the comments if you really like what I've done with the landscaping once you actually see it, because we're yet to get to it. I even tried a little bit of terrain manipulation, but I'm still not very good at that, and it kept warping the fence, so I didn't give up. I just didn't go as crazy as I wanted to. So that's a next time. I've never really played around with like the terrain tools. So I'm hoping, yep, next time I can just play around with it a little bit more, till I start to fully flesh out these ideas, I guess. These skills, that's the word, skills. Because I saw a post on Reddit that was asking, I see all these wonderful, amazing builds. How do I get from where I am now, being unhappy with my builds, to, the build level that you guys do? And it kind of made me stop and think that I used to think, yeah, wow, these people are amazing. How can I be that good? And I'm never going to be that good and that great. But I didn't see all of their really bad builds, and B, I also, like, I'm not the best builder on the planet. Absolutely not. But my skills have progressed a lot further from when I first began. Like, there are some builds that I had, I've lost them since, but I've built them and I was like, what the heck is this? This is ridiculous. This is horrendous. And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you view it, I lost all of those saves. I think I had one that I really wanted to save, but I couldn't tell you what it looked like now because I lost it quite a number of years ago. So yeah, I'm trying to build up each skill slowly but surely. At the moment, obviously I'm also working on curved walls and trying to make sure that all the builds work with curved walls, because they just simply don't. And the furniture not fitting, and having to rearrange where the stairs go because I can't make a kitchen against curved walls without crying. So, I think for people out there who are asking that question, how do I improve myself as a builder? Just keep trying. Like, I know that sounds so silly, but just have patience and have a look at what other people are doing, what you like, what you don't like, because then you can I don't want to say mimic them and copy them, but you can take inspiration from them. I've definitely taken a lot of inspiration from things that I've seen, but I'm yet to incorporate them because I don't want to just shove them in any old build. I actually want it to be like actually a part of the build. So if I do an abandoned factory, there's some things that I reckon I could do that I've seen other people do, but I haven't incorporated it in this build. I was going to, but then I was like, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. This wouldn't be here in real life. So yeah, definitely have a look around at, you know, people, if you see them, whatever social media or video photo sharing platform you're on, just go keep looking at their stuff. If you can find their gallery page, download their builds, and pull it apart. Like, honestly, just pull apart their builds. Don't just have a look and go, oh yeah, that's nice, but how did they do it? Pull it apart, figure it out. Worst comes to worst, if you can't figure it out, you delete the lot and re-download it. And then you don't have to worry about, you're not ruining it or anything like that, because you can just re-download it and look again. And I'm sure each time you look, there'll be something new that you learn. So, yeah, I think it takes one step at a time, and if you look at some of my previous builds, like, some of them are great, yes, I love them, and I'm really proud of them, but some of the builds I've put up, I'm personally not proud of. They were the ones where I'm like, I just need to get a video out this week because, you know, I just need to. I'm sticking to the schedule. I've decided not to skip any weeks. I did take 2 weeks off in February, and I took all of April off, and I needed to push through it. I shouldn't have not done it, so I think actually just each week expanding on and trying something new. You know, I've never done, I mean, yeah, sure, I've played with curved walls, but I've never done a build this shape. And yeah, sure, I've gone crazy with the terrain like I did last week, but I didn't do it on the roof. So I'm changing things and trying new things and adding things and just, yeah, trying to improve my skills so that I can bring out better builds for you guys. Because what's the point of me sharing really bad builds that, you know, anyone else could have done and could have done 10 times better than me? So I really want to expand and honestly go a little crazy with the builds. I want you guys to look at it and be like, what the heck? You're insane. How did you even think of that? You know, like, I tried to build something the other day that was like a 3-tiered cake type look, but again, curved walls, it just wasn't working, so I kind of gave up halfway through that build. I might go back and retry it, but for the moment, yeah, no, that didn't work, but now I know certain things will work, won't work, how space works, and yeah, I don't know, I want to have fun doing this. I don't want this to become a chore or boring, or I'm just trying to get a video out for you guys. I think just expanding on what I know and like learning new things and taking inspiration from other people, I think it's important. And yeah, basically at the end of that rambling is basically me trying to say to you guys, if you guys are looking for inspiration, go have a look at other builders that you really, really enjoy, and just take inspiration from them. Like, you're allowed to look at someone else and say, okay, I saw that, you know, right now I've put these massive rocks in and I've tried to raise up the land behind it. You could take that concept. Like, you're not copying me, you're inspired, that's fine. I mean, if it looks identical, absolutely identical, and you didn't actually do your own thing, that's where the issue comes in. But if you are like, you know what, I don't like the plants you've used, but I love the idea, go nuts, use it. I mean, I didn't really know what I was doing here, but I kind of got inspiration from one of James Turner's videos that I watched a million years ago. and I think it was his underwater house or his house on a lake or something like that. It's one of his most viewed videos. And he had, I think it must have been a pool at that point because I don't think we had ponds, but yeah, he did that, and then he put all the rocks along the edge. So I'm not copying him because I didn't do an underwater or lake house or anything like that, but I've taken that idea of, oh, you put the rocks along the edge and you kind of hide that edge. You take that inspiration and improve the build. So that's, yeah, that's kind of how I'm learning, and I haven't downloaded other people's builds and pulled them apart yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to start doing that in the future once I have a lot more time, because there are some people out there who are just ridiculously amazing. And I don't think I need to mention who exactly I'm talking about, because if you watch any of my recent videos, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about, because my goodness, I've never seen builds so brilliant and beautiful. Anyway, I don't need to go down the fangirl path again. The inspiration for this build was kind of just, I wrote down a few ideas, and some of them have just been room ideas. And one of the room ideas I had was like a really feminine game room. Because I don't know, I like with all the new packs and stuff that are coming out and the new gaming options and, you know, the lights on the wall and blah blah blah, all that stuff, it was just like, you know what, you really could make some really cool office or gaming builds or rooms out of these. And I just decided, you know what, instead of just doing a whole bunch of the same rooms differently, like it's the same setup but different colors or whatever, I would do a whole build but with that concept in mind. So that whole cute vibe, that cutesy look that I was mentioning at the very beginning. So we'll jump into screenshots in a minute. So the outside is a bit more garden lover and, you know, let nature run free sort of ideas and vibes. But the inside is where it becomes a little more personalized to the actual sim, who I imagine lived there, who I've named Clover, who lives in a clover house, a clover-shaped house. So it's really just anything that was cute or cutesy. That was the word that we were going for here. And again, oh, I don't know why I said again. I haven't mentioned this before. She's probably just moved into this house. That's why it's not like fully set up or anything like that. There's those lights behind the stairs and the boxes and everything underneath, because, like, you know, that the shelves are empty except for the speaker. It's all empty because she hasn't fully set up the house yet. She's only just moved in. She's set up her office fully. That's all ready to go. Her bedroom's all good. But, you know, maybe the upstairs landing area could use a little more work or whatever it is. But, you know, to be honest, I'm absolutely in love with the bedroom and the office space. They are so unbelievably cute and clean, and I just absolutely love it. Yeah, anyway, that was the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below your thoughts, comments, and feelings, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!